yep. Oh, yep.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Hunt for Bronze. We are actually at Tackle World today. As you can see behind me, we have got $50 and we are going to go in there, spend 50 bucks and go bass fishing. So, the challenge is, can you spend 50 bucks, successfully go catch some bass and have a great time? We're about to go find that out. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, stick around because we got some fishing coming in tomorrow once we are out of this awful weather. Hopefully the weather gets better, but we'll find out. So, let's stick to it and we'll go. Now we're in here, I'm not trying to be too loud because there are other customers in here, but we are starting up here with a crankbait. The reason I like a crankbait, you can do a lot of different fishing with it. You can target a lot of different things, and I'm going to go with maybe a bit brighter of a colour than you'd expect. The water clarity might be a bit down with this rain, so we'll go with something with a bit of white, bit of silver on it. And with that, I think I'm going to go with something that looks pretty natural, like a little bait fish. You know, it's not a bad little profile. So we're going to hopefully get a few fish on that. That's 25 bucks though, so it is a big chunk of the budget. However, what we're going to do next, it's going to kind of encompass a few different things and really, I wouldn't say set it apart, but change a little bit of the fishing to suit what we want. So, next up on the list is we're going to go with some jig heads, but we're going to go with a weedless snake locks jig head, and the reason we're going to do that is because you're going to be able to fish this two ways with the next lure that I'll choose. And what that means is I'm going to go with about a, I think we're going to go with a, not a 112, I'm going to go like a 1/8, 1/6 kind of weight with the size 2030 hook. So 1/6, 1/8, there we go. So I'm going to go this. So it's a snake locks jig head, which means you're going to be able to take the weight off the front and use it as a surface plastic or just under the surface plastic when you wake it or fish it slowly. So I'm going to be able to use that in a different way where it'll hit the water, float on top, sit there, give it a few twitches, bring up a fish, catch them, Bob's your uncle, we're on to the next one. But as that bite during the day slows down as the fish go a bit deeper, I'll put the weight on, I'll be able to sink that lure down to them. There could be a bonus here, you could also add a beetle spin to it and add just a slightly different element to it, which will help you catch more bass as well, particularly in the river. So we'll go over and grab the plastics now, and that's it, that'll be it. So we'll head over now and have a look. Got the next option. Now the last part of the puzzle is the soft plastic. I'm actually going to go with one that I haven't used before. The reason being, I know they're quite popular on river bass, they've got a lot of action. They've got a big profile, which adds benefit because I'm going to be able to fish it on top, but also subsurface. Also, now that I've changed my mind on plastic, I even might go a heavier jig head, which is fine. It just means that the decision process I made earlier where I went to 1/8, maybe not as good. And we might look for that 1/6 ounce just to get it down, running just a little bit deeper. Maybe even go to a quarter and fish it like right down the bottom. But I'll go have a look at that off camera and then I'll show you the end decision there. But when it comes to the colour of plastic, much like the Rapala hard body, again I'm at Rapala, but we'll go with something that's kind of bright, kind of natural, something that'll stand out while also not standing out. And for that one reason, I am going to go with the Ogre colour. It has got that chartreuse pattern in it, but that dark body type, so it's got that light bright juxtaposition for tomorrow, which will stand out in the dirty water, but also create a bit of a shadow. So if the colour's not getting through, the shadow of the dark top will. Likewise, when fish are looking up at it, they'll see a bright green thing. And you know, I don't mind the greens and chartreusey colours where we're going tomorrow, so it is a good option. I could have picked a chartreuse white, but I feel like that's just not quite the right option, whereas going a chartreuse blackback, I think that's the way to go. We got this and the snake lock jig heads, and then last but not least, we've got that Rapala shad. That balsa body, last time I was up there it was a silent hard body, so that was really effective. So we're going with that, we're going to make that happen. I'm going to hit that water, ready to go. So we'll go up and buy this. get everything on the car, get everything ready. We'll see you tomorrow out there on the water. Let's do it. Oh, we are finally out and about on the water. It's been a long old morning drive and setup, but we're here. The sun is already peeking its head up, so we're going to really try to smash out the first of the challenge, which is, oh, where is it? Directly behind me. Complete oddity because I have not picked up a spin in ages, but yeah, we're going with that surface rigged Crush City, which I hope I put in the box. I hope I put the packet of them in there. Oh, that's going to be odd. A real negative if I haven't. We'll be back to you after this little check of me finding whether I put things in the kayak that I need or whether it's still in the car. All right. Yep, we've got the stuff in there. We've got everything that I need. But yeah, so we'll start with that rigged on the surface and kind of waking it just under the surface around structure, and then we'll go from there. Although we're at the bridge and an entry point, there's a really gnarly looking snag just in here. I'm going to start with a few casts in that, and then we're just going to work the shade pockets, hopefully get a fish and a hit on it, and then we'll move on from there. Through everything, bada bing, bada boom, challenge done. We're off the water, going home, having a great day. Anyway, stick with us, because we've got this, hopefully. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a breeze on the surface already, which was expected. So, we're going to get in here to this snag first. We've got mono leader on to hopefully float it, but noting that it's got the little weight on the front, it probably won't float. Essentially, oh yeah, first cast. No way, that was belted. What in the world? Get out of here. Get out of here. No way a bass belted that quick. That was first cast. I hope that's not a sign of the rest of the day. Oh my. Oh my. Absolutely smoked it. Some would say he crushed it. What? What? Oh my. Yep. All right, guys. There it is. Chunky specimen, probably sitting at a mid-30s. Absolutely jamming that Crush City Imposter through the top there as it just waked through the surface. It's basically frogging, but with a paddle tail, it just gives me that extra option. So yeah, we'll get this fish, send her on her way. See you, buddy. Be nice if I don't even have to leave this pool. We could just fish here all day, wouldn't it? Not going to happen. But, you know, one could hope. Actually, no, not really, because there's good adventures to be had today. So I've got a mono leader on, but this is sinking, not floating, so. All goes to plan. Oh, I just had a boil. I just had a boil. Yep, there's a fish. There's a fish. Oh, get out of there. Thought there'd be one in there. I reckon that's a little sooty. Oh no, it's a bass. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Another bass. Oh, if you could stop, buddy. Stop. Stop. Bang. It's only a little fella, so I won't get out the big camera, plus the faster moving water, but he came on that crankbait. Oh, I'm stoked with that. That's 2 done. 2 done already. Can't be sad about that at all. All right, we'll let this guy go. We'll see if there's another in there. Taking our time on this faster moving water where there's a bit of a break in front of us. So that's a little bit of a trick for the river bassos. You might get to something like this and think, oh, it's too shallow, or it's just not quite right. But there's a break in the shade with some big boulders in front of it from this fast moving water. There will be fish under it, whether they eat or not, because you may spook them as you go down that shallow stuff, or they may be sitting there just watching and waiting for food. So it's always a worthwhile place to pull up and have a few casts. Unfortunately, the drift in here is a bit off. I've kind of ended up in a weird position, but we'll make it work. Oh, yep, there's a fish. There's a fish on the crank. Just working it over a log jam. Another bass. Beautiful bass, that one. Oh, that's a gorgeous looking fish. Oh, how good. Another one on the crank. Hey? Crank's doing some damage. Just slowed it down as I went over that little loggy jam. The hook's out of it. Oh, and it's got food down its gob too. It's been eaten. Alright. Graceful. How good. Oh. Yep, there's a fish. Oh, yes. Oh, I knew there had to be one there. Watched him come out and miss it. I just dragged it past the same spot and was about to do a figure of 8. And this little cranky sooty came out and said, you know what, I'm going to take that off your hands. Didn't take it off my hands, but hey. I'm going to sort out his piercing for him. Alright, bang. Oh, nope, crankbait for what I want to do here. These two. Done. We're going to go fish these rapids, see if there's any of those soot balls in here. Oh, down the bottom there's going to be some. Holy. It's definitely going to be some down the bottom of this set of rapids. But there's a nice little back eddy in here. And it's not really a back eddy, it's just a little bit slower water with fast going through it. Anyway, we'll throw the plastic in there. Hopefully there's a bigger fish. This is gorgeous. Alright, fished that, didn't get any interest there, but that's okay, that's okay. The next little jump's really the one that I think the fish will sit in anyway. So we're going to make sure we target it. We're going to go round and then fish back up. So we're really going to make sure we get in the right position and then fish upstream of it. And that'll let us target the area properly. There'll be bass and soots sitting in this. I guarantee whether they'll come out and eat's a different question. But what we'll do is we'll go down, kind of as far as makes sense. See, that's a thing. A little bit further would be good because we got this root ball here in front, and then a bit of a log jam and a couple of boulders with some deeper current. So we're going to go a bit further down in order to try to target this appropriately. So those root balls and stuff are kind of what we want to target, and holding away from the water a bit saves us spooking some of the fish in the shallower stuff because we are fishing rapid. So I'm actually going to go to the bottom of this immediate set and fish my way back up. I should be alright to keep doing this, but as I said, I'm just going to walk down. We're going to really just nut it out. Hopefully pick up a couple of fish down here because it looks so good. Looks rainforesty, that kind of clear rapid. Love it. This stuff is some of my favourite areas to fish. Oh, yep, there's a fish. There's a fish. Oh, he almost ripped the rod out of my hands. Yeah, is that a sooty? Yes, it is. Oh, and he's got a friend with him. He's got a friend with him. His friend is still with him. There's no way. No. I thought it'd be a big ask. It's actually a pretty good one too. It's a pretty good one. It's a good nugget. And Hamish is all the way up there. Who's my cousin, who's currently my cameraman. But that's it there. He's absolutely smoked that. Sooty, that took the last lure, technically, of the challenge, which was the... Oh, he's absolutely belted that on any play, which was the weighted crush city, which I actually, for the life of me, can't remember what the big paddle tail's called, but I like it. I like everything about it. So, good first lure to tick off the challenge. Sorry, not first, last lure to tick off the challenge. But that's a multi-use lure. That's one of those ones that you can do a couple of things with. So anyway, that's it. Got absolutely throttled. That was awesome. Alright, a couple of casts in here with the crank, and then we'll just move up a little bit and then move up, and then bada bing bada boom, we've finished in this area.
There's a fish. Little sooty. Little. See you, mate. And a quick last little section. Oh, yep, there's a good fish. There's a good fish. That's a bass. That's a good bass. What a cracking little bass. Land-based capture, that one. Alright, so we're using the old chesty for this one. My hands are incredibly slippery and so is this bass. But that is one from that rapid set. He put up such a great account. Good little fish, good fun to catch. Get the hooks out of him. We'll say bye to you, buddy. We'll say bye to him. Yep, there's a fish. Oh, that's a good fish. It's an angry one. Yes. Oh, get out of there. No, you don't get to go there. You are too good for your home. You're mine. Yes, nailed him. Took a bit of time, but we finally got one. So I got a bit slow there for a sec, but managed to pull this beautiful dark specimen out. Not massive, and if you'll stop doing the sooty curve, that would be lovely. But as you can see at the front there, he has taken that Rapala, absolutely belted it, and took me for a good little fight. Great fish, absolute nugget. Prime example of a bit of a midday fun bite. Now we should be having a bite period sometime in the next hour. That moon should be almost above, or getting close to being up directly above us, so there should be a little window where butt of that out. That lure's done. Should be a little bite window where we can get into these guys and bass as well pretty solidly. So yeah, it should be good. We should have some fun. Alright, well, this lure has officially met his retirement. As you can see, the back end of this is completely and utterly pulled out. Like that is not helping our situation at all. So I'm going to put a different diving lure on. I'm going to find one that's about the same value as this, that you can get from Tackle World as well, and that way it's a bit of a fair representation of the challenge still. unfortunately I just can't do it with this one. So there's are the brakes, because I was enjoying this. I was really enjoying using this, but we'll swap over, change the challenge up kind of slightly, and yeah, go from there. So it's kind of the swap I'm going with. It's not a perfect swap. In fact, I may not like how deep this dives. If we don't, I've got another alternative. Again, a lure you can buy from Tackle World, but this is one of the, I went same brand, why not? The Jack Deeps 5cm. This is a Shadrap Elite 55, so technically meant to be longer, but to be honest, they look pretty much the same length. So yeah, the only difference is this is a balsa body and this is a plastic. It's also got a rattle, which I'm not sure whether will hurt or help. Give it a crack, see what happens. Hopefully the fish agree. As I said, my one concern is that it just dives too deep, and if that happens, I've got a duo that I can run in its place. So get this tied up and get back into the challenge. Oh yep, oh that's a good fish, that's a good fish, that's a good soot. Oh, he belted that. It's actually not that big at all, but he belted it. Had me feeling like a bag of licorice. Was in all sorts. Not that big at all. He just absolutely throttled it. Thankfully, it was an easy de-hook. Should be something along there, surely. Ooh. Ah, little Tucker. Oh yeah. That's a bass. That's a bass. Nice. 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 T-boned it too. Far out, he wanted it. Look at that. Right in the middle. Hello. Yep, I think he wanted it. Alright guys, that does it. Another episode done and dusted. Today was a bit of fun. We went out with a budget of 50 bucks, went to Tackle World yesterday, and we managed to get 3 different techniques, being 2 plastics, 1 on surface, 1 subsurface, knocked them out of the park, and the last one being that Rapala crankbait, which I unfortunately got a little damaged on the last sooty I caught. So that one got swapped out, and then we ended up catching a few more fish on the other Rapala lure. But the crux of this is that you can go out with a budget in mind, take it to a tackle store, buy some lures, experiment with some stuff that you haven't used before. None of the lures that I used today, except the Deep Jack on the replacement, were ones I had used previously. So you can go out with new lures. Oh, I mean, obviously I filmed a challenge video with it, but you can go out with new lures that you just buy off a whim, under a certain budget, and catch fish. We had a great day, caught a heap of bass, heap of sooties, even that cheeky little tilapia and catfish. So, all in all, I had a ball. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want me to do more challenges like that, leave it in the comments below. Helps grow and me to do more of these challenge videos, because obviously they cost money. So, until next time, go out, fish and enjoy yourselves, and we are out.